Welcome to the Gal Code, our place where we come together and discuss hot topics, our weekly shenanigans, and the Gal Code, our rules to live by.
Hosted by me, Rob Gartland.
And me, BB Bagnall.
We're here to bring you endless laughter, life lessons, and a good old gossip that only the best of gals could have. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, BB, how are you?
Fantastic. Actually doing a lot better than last week.
Love that.
I do have one thing, actually.
Okay.
Obviously, I know we've been chatting in person for the past 2 hours, but I didn't bring this up. I thought I'd bring it up on the pod. But I didn't actually say what was wrong with me last week.
No, it wasn't in there.
No, it wasn't in there.
No.
Okay, so just to wrap that up, I just got unlucky and had a bad reaction to the coil. My body tried to reject it. So the pains on the Tuesday night were contraction. Which was something I would never like to experience again.
Is it as in pregnancy contractions?
Yeah, so because it's like a foreign body, your body wants to get rid of it. So they were apparently mild contractions. If that was mild, I do not know. I don't want to know what the full shebang is like. And it's just a very slim chance of that actually happening, but it does unfortunately happen.
Bring on childbirth.
Ugh.
How are you feeling now? It's been a week?
It's been a week since I've had that full day in hospital. Yeah, on Monday, I woke up and I was like, this is so weird. I'm not in pain anymore. The pain had gone. I'm still bloated. I've still got bleeding. I haven't walked or gone out of the house that much, but I went to Lidl yesterday.
Nice.
And I could feel the pain coming back on the walk.
No.
So, yeah, sometimes I get overexcited and run up the stairs too fast to go for a wee. And I get like a bit of a twinge. I'm like, oh, shouldn't have done that. But no, I'm fine.
But
On the road.
progress.
Such progress, yeah.
Love that. That's so good.
Love that for me.
Getting better day by day.
Oh.
Should we jump straight into Pit and Peak of the Week?
Oh, absolutely.
Do. Dum. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first because you went first last time.
Yep.
So
Only
shall
fair.
I start with the pit because it's just happened?
Please.
We've got a mouse in the house. I was just voice noting my friend Emily, who is a podcast listener. Hello,
Yeah.
Emily Cramp. And we were voice noting back and forth because, I'm slightly partial to a voice note. And I'm just sat there at my work from home desk, phone in one hand, just daydreaming into the kitchen while speaking. And I just see this thing move. And I'm like, oh, something's moved. And then I realise it's a mouse going from one end of the kitchen to the other under the washing machine. And I just was like, ah! I'm not going to do it on here because it would just completely deafen everyone, but then I would just hysterically screamed, there's a mouse. Whilst I was on voice note to Emily, so sorry, so basically took her ears out. So then part 2, Meg was recording herself because she wanted to complain about the neighbours being so noisy, their children, not just terrors. But as she started to record was when I screamed, so Meg caught it as well.
Perfect. We've got 2 different voice clips.
So yeah, I mean, I've got my lungs. I've got a pair of lungs on me, haven't I?
Yeah.
So that's a bit traumatic. So we've left our mouse traps downstairs in the kitchen, humane ones, because we don't want to be killing any mice.
Yeah. Very nice of you.
They're going to be lured in with peanut butter.
Peanut butter?
That's what worked last time.
Oh.
The last time we had a mouse was at Christmas. So, it's winter, it's getting cold. They want to come into our lovely warm house.
Just love the festive season.
Yeah, getting festive. Put a little
Love that
Christmas
for
tree
them.
up in there.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Way up
lovely.
a time for them.
So that's my pit.
Okay, Stuart Little's in the kitchen.
Yeah, update next week on what happened.
Can't wait.
The last time we caught the mouse, we went to let him free on Tooting Common and birds ate him straight away. So I hope this one has a better success rate, to be honest.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All is good.
So my peak of the week, it's quite small and wholesome, but on Sunday, you came around to do podcasts.
Yep.
Then I just stayed on the sofa all day, watched Emily in Paris, had naps, and then I woke up and Al was like, I'm going to make a roast.
Love.
Oh my gosh, it was stunning. It was, it was so rainy in London, so it was a proper autumn day, and we did have roast chicken. It wasn't vegetarian for me, but we had cauliflower cheese, gravy, roast potatoes.
I love your vegetarian, flexitarian life that sort of trickles the truth through each episode.
I mean, it's got quite bad recently, and obviously you just watched me inhale a Nando's as well. Yeah, peaks
Sometimes
and
it has to
troughs.
happen. Sometimes it has to happen, but that sounds delicious.
So yummy. So thank you, Alex, for the roast. Honestly, I nearly cried. It was just so yummy.
Sometimes you need it. It reminds you of being home on a Sunday, no?
Yes, it was so wholesome.
So my peak of the week is very wholesome as well.
Love that.
I went to a cinema showing of Love Actually.
Oh, I love that film.
October the 5th, which is definitely the perfect time to start the Christmas celebrations. I was in my Santa hat. We all had Christmas attire on. My sister wore her tartan suit. And we sung. We ate quality streets. They had mince pies. It's officially Christmas.
Where was this?
At the Odeon.
Oh, festive.
£5.75.
bargain.
It was dead. No one there.
Well,
So we just sung and sang and had the best time. It was wonderful. That vocal performance at the end of Love Actually is peak motion picture movie.
What one is? Oh, is it?
I don't want love for Christmas. Yeah.
That's my favourite Christmas song.
Oh, such a good movie. But my pit of the week is...
Here we go.
Rishi's letting me down.
Oh, do you know what? I was so here for Rishi. Like, I actually fancied him, really enjoyed him. I was like, he's just so smart, pulled together, presentable, has a great speaking voice. Then he's just fully insulted the arts this week.
And I was always preferenced a bit of Dominic Raab. What's up, Dom Raab? Come on, come over, let's have a bit of fun. Hello.
No.
Rishi announced that people in the arts should retrain. So this morning, because obviously I work in the events industry now, that is not thriving. It's not even surviving. It's just sort of situated flat. And I went on to the government website this morning and decided to do the career quiz. So it could tell me what I should retrain as.
Wait, can I do it as well after you've done yours?
Yeah, it's 50 questions. I have my answers. So this is what it believes I should do.
Yeah.
An actor. Is that thriving? No. The hospitality industry, also not thriving. A managerial role. In what? Animal care.
Really?
Yep. A teacher. Now, unfortunately, Rishi, I don't see any of those in my future. So I'm a little bit confused. What do I do? Furlough's going to come soon. It's going to end. Am I going to go back to working in events? Who knows what's going to happen? Rishi Hun. Can we support the arts, please?
I honestly, like, I couldn't cope with all the memes of, like, you know, Nicole Scherzinger, a photo of her in like, Asda uniform. I thought that was so funny. But I actually think that's just so insulting, just to be like, well, just retrain and get another job. Like,
if you've ever been to the theatre, live music, a club, an event, entertainment and events and live music is so important. I feel like Netflix, BBC iPlayer, everything should just do a shut-off day and show everyone how awful it would be without any form of entertainment.
I just think it's so hypocritical because during lockdown, all we survived on was art, you know.
Yeah. And they're basically saying that they're worth nothing.
They're worth nothing. I honestly think there should be like an art shutdown day.
Yeah, I think it would be good.
Because I think even like it's fashion industry as well. It's like, oh, so you love getting your suit tailored. Oh, what? So your tailors are just worthless now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because everything's so easily accessible. You don't realise how many people work to put something into it. Because everything's so fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, Rishi, I'm not going to be going into animal care.
I just can't see you as Dr. Dolittle whatsoever.
Oh, God, no. I don't see myself as a teacher.
I mean, yeah.
I maybe do the school plays.
Oh, like maybe a drama teacher.
Or maybe the school counsellor.
Ooh.
Imagine the goss.
Oh, my God, imagine the things.
I just play Jenga with them for the kids with anger management.
I do feel a bit sorry for, like, if you... I
did that.
I reckon if you did... a school counselling now, the amount of problems because of social media that they'd come to you with, it would be quite terrifying.
It would. And unfortunately, all the other industries that you told me I should go into are currently not thriving. So, yeah.
I'm doing this quiz now, by the way.
Oh my God, let's get your result.
I'm a bit worried what it's going to come out with because the questions it's asking me are quite intellectual. Like, I don't know, I'm confused. But what if it tells me that I'm going to be like a lawyer? That's just so far from the truth.
That was one of mine. It said law and legal services.
Stop it.
Yeah, Barrister
Hello,
Rob.
Rob Gotland Solicitors.
Could you imagine? With the jury. I was on the jury service once, you know.
Oh my God, you did? Yeah, I was so jealous. I really want to do jury service.
I was like 18, got the letter through, 2 weeks in summer just before I moved to London. And I remember you can't go into the details. I'll keep it all private, you know.
Yeah.
Jury life. But on the second one, because I was there for 2 weeks, I was the foreman because I really wanted to play the role. And I've never felt such power when I rose from my seat. Have the jury reached a verdict? Yes, we have, Your Honour.
Oh.
In the case of how do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty? Hold for tension like on the X Factor. Not guilty or guilty. I can't reveal the answer. It was great fun. I had the best time. I highly recommend it.
I loved your replay of that.
Thank you. I felt like Dermot O'Leary, but with someone's life in my hands.
I'm on 72%. I enjoy creative activities. I strongly agree.
The ones that I put didn't strongly disagree are like working with others.
Is that I'm good with the numbers? Strongly
that
disagree.
was mine. Still came up with finances.
Oh.
It's such a stupid quiz. I'm sorry. It's literally more basic than a driving theory test, which I failed also. So.
No, this is so untrue.
Okay, so you've just done the quiz. Here we go. Start from the top. You've got yours. What's your ideal career?
This is hilarious.
Okay, here we go. BB, what does the government think you should retrain in?
My first one is sports and leisure. Is this
okay?
I don't understand how you got to that conclusion because I mean, no.
So what, like a PT?
I just think not.
Okay.
The second one is business and finance. So when I said I don't like working with numbers, I strongly disagree. Well, the government thinks I'll be great at numbers.
Okay, I love that for you. I mean, they can't even get things in an Excel document, so great.
Exactly. I mean, maybe I could even do the Excel document, and my Excel's not that good.
Microsoft proficient.
Law and legal.
Yeah, same as me.
Legally blonde.
Join me.
My uncle's a QC, but I definitely did not get that gene. Oh, I love this one. Creative and media.
Yeah, that's what's my top one.
No shit.
No way.
Construction and trades.
Oh gosh.
Bricklayer.
Love.
Okay. Then manufacturing. My A-star textiles GCSE is coming to great use. Science and research.
Oh, you could come up with the vaccine?
No. I did foundation science. I wasn't very good at it.
Another question. Would you take a coronavirus vaccine?
No.
You wouldn't?
No. Sorry, this is quite I'm not like an anti-vaxxer by any means, no way. I just don't trust, I just find it weird how they've suddenly scrambled to get something together and we just won't know the long-term health effects of it. And I don't want to put that inside of me. I don't.
That's like what I'm hearing from a lot of people.
But Meg disagrees with me a lot.
I would take it. Because I'm curious, will it be like the flu jab style, so people who are vulnerable will get it and everyone else will just live?
I reckon so.
Or is it they're going to say everyone needs to get the vaccine?
I would only get it if it comes to a point where it's like you can't do certain things if you haven't got the vaccine.
Because that's what I think they might have to do, no?
Yes.
I think I'd get it. I think I'd just do it just so it's done. But I would want to be first in the queue. Maybe I'll let like 2 weeks pass and then jump on it.
What? This whole thing is
Honestly,
just
So
ridiculous.
they think you do this quiz, you log on to Indeed, you type it in, you go, guess what? I want to do this for a living and we're going to all be employed tomorrow.
I am actually, how would I get this? Newspaper or magazine editor. Do you not realise how you have to start at the absolute bottom of the food chain for that?
I just think at this point, it's just a mess.
Oh, it's an absolute hot mess.
But at least we're in England, not in America, because that's even another situation in itself.
What is our government shit show of the week this week? I think it's either Rishi Sunak saying the thing about the arts or Boris Johnson telling everyone to go out and support cinemas. I'm a bit confused.
Or is it them saying that Eat Out to Help Out had no correlation to the rising in cases? That was another one. Or Stanley Johnson going shopping with no mask on.
Or Stanley Johnson there being pictured waiting on the tube platform with his mask on his chin.
Oh, Stanley Hearn, stay in the house.
Or Stanley Johnson saying he didn't know the rules because he'd been on holiday.
Or Boris Johnson supposedly going to Italy with his girlfriend, Carrie.
Or,
is her name Carrie?
Carrie's?
Something Simons, right?
Something like that. Simmons, I think. Or was it the local mayors in Liverpool finding out about the new lockdown restrictions via the newspapers and not the actual MPs?
Or was it the Scottish MP who found out she had coronavirus and then travelled down to London to vote?
Oh,
she got fired.
Yeah.
All in all, guys, happy Wednesday. Love that for us. Should we jump into this week's topic?
Yeah, that got sidetracked, but I kind of love it. But let's get into this week's topic.
We are going to talk the perfect date.
Your disasters.
Your green flags. Your red flags. And everything in between. Head across to Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, or even just shout at Alexa, and she will play our podcast for you every Wednesday. Click subscribe and leave a review.
YouTube.
Oh yeah, and we're on YouTube now. So we are going to take you through the steps of a first perfect date today. So I'm going to ask you straight up, have you ever asked anyone out in person?
No.
No. Have you never?
No, I had to really think about that, but no.
I haven't. Would you feel like you'd be able to do it?
I'd be like, should we get a drink sometime?
Would you be able to?
Yeah.
Would you have to be drunk?
Well, I don't know. I think it depends on the situation. Probably. That would definitely help.
Have you ever been asked out in person?
In person? No.
It's weird, isn't it? Everything's behind phones, isn't it?
Yeah, but also the amount of men that you meet on nights out who are weirdos, like...
Are they all like lurkers looking for...
Yeah, just not a vibe.
Looking for a great time. App-wise, so if you're wanting to ask someone out on an app, are you like rogue and you just go for it? Or are you waiting for them? Like, how do you feel it should go?
I wait for them. I'm never asking a boy out on a date.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like I'm normally quite rogue these days.
Yeah.
I just do it.
How does it work in your world?
I normally just get... So I was talking to someone on Grindr a few weeks ago, and we were just having basic chat, and then he made like this joke about like, what prize do I win about something? I was like, well, the prize, I'll buy you a drink. And then he's like, okay, deal.
Oh my God, wait. Actually, there was a boy, we were like speaking for 2 weeks, and we kept talking about, obviously we were going to go out for drinks, but we were like always busy. And then one day I was like, I'm free tonight if you're free.
Oh, that's very spontaneous.
It was spontaneous.
See, I usually like to have at least about maybe 5 days before the first date to 7 days of planning time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
For a first meet.
It's when I was redundant, so I wasn't working, so I had all day to plan, really.
So if you were planning a date, so let's say you've been asked out on a date.
Yeah.
Do you want them to make the plan?
Yep.
Or so you didn't make
You're
the plan?
asking me on a date, then don't ask me to plan what we're doing. No, you the one who wants to take me out, so you take me out.
Because for me, I feel like I'm so bad at organising these things. I never want to be the person that chooses. The amount of times I've said, yeah, let's go here, let's go there, and we show up to the restaurant and it's an absolute shit show. And then I feel so embarrassed that it was my decision.
Oh, gosh.
Or you can see them like picking at their food and you're just like, oh my God, the food's terrible. This was my fault. Oh my God, what are we going to do? So like, coffee dates, where do we stand?
Never done one.
You've never done a coffee date?
No, I've always had alcohol involved.
Well, this is why I would never do any more coffee dates. Actually, I did go on a date where I drank green tea and they drank alcohol.
Ooh, wow.
That was also in leisure wear, so is that really a date or is that just Rob not making much effort?
Well, no, there was that time I went on a date with the boy where he wasn't drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
That was so boring. I would never do that again.
Do you feel like you would have to drink?
To be fair, though, I just knew I wasn't into him from the absolute millisecond that I met him, so that's probably why. Whereas if I was into them and they weren't drinking, I think it would be a different story.
True. For me, coffee dates are just all a bit awkward. Like, what? We're going to Costa Coffee and we're splitting a chocolate chip muffin. Like, that isn't really a romantic situation whatsoever.
See, I do go out and drink coffee, so I wouldn't mind a coffee date, but it would have to be maybe like the third date.
I think that the ones
Maybe
that I've had
brunch.
were like at 11 a.m. It's a bit... And there's always something to do afterwards.
Oh, if I'm doing coffee date, I want to get a coffee and walk around like Clapham Common or something.
Oh, nice. Like in the autumn breeze.
Yeah,
oh,
wholesome.
In a good coat and a nice scarf.
Oh, I'm planning my outfit already.
Love that. And what about an activity date? I've never done an activity date.
Well, with the person who didn't drink, we did mini golf, which is great for a first date, but the place I booked in London was kind of one of those boozy mini golf places, so it didn't really work for his criteria. And then there was just no chemistry between us. I want like flirty banter of like competitiveness.
Yeah.
It was, oh my God, it was painful. I think we completed the course in like 10 minutes because he was so dry.
What else is it? Mini golf? I don't think could do that. Bowling, I get very competitive.
Oh my God, I'd be so embarrassing at bowling.
There's darts now you can do on dates.
No.
I wouldn't take someone to bingo.
Ping pong. Bounce.
Oh, ping pong, no.
Yeah, but have you ever been to Bounce? There's one in like
Yeah.
Holborn, one in Shoreditch. That's fun because that's another drunk kind of situation.
Because people say that activity dates loosen the mood. Like, it gets it a lot more relaxed.
Well, it creates a distraction, I guess.
I just think...
I just like the distraction to be a bottle of wine.
What about a dinner on a first date?
I don't like eating in front of people that much, so it would
Agreed.
spook me out. But I did do dinner, like we had drinks and food for a second date that I'd been on. And I kind of just forgot about my fear of eating in front of people. I actually ordered tacos, which wasn't the most flattering thing to eat in front of someone on a first date. But second date.
Comfortable, though.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I actually got sent in this from someone about a dinner date that they went on, which is the first review I was sent of someone's date.
Oh my God, spill it.
I normally will always organise drinks as the first date, but normally drinks are about 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And then before the 10 p.m. curfew, you could, should we grab a bite if it's going well? Or... it's like, oh, okay, that was nice. See you later. I'm not going to move on with you. And you have the option of more.
That's such a good idea.
But this person sent me this as their date review. So you know how we are asking everyone for their bad date stories. And I can't really judge because I've actually done this to someone. So what they've complained about, I've done.
Go on, spill it.
I have a story. I went on a date with a guy who I'd been chatting to for a few weeks. He seemed perfectly normal and was very friendly. They all do. We agreed to meet for dinner at this posh restaurant in Oxford. We got there and he didn't order a single thing to eat the entire time.
Sounds like you.
Which awkwardly turned into a date of him watching me eat a 3-course set menu whilst he slowly nursed a couple of glasses of wine.
Oh my God.
Couldn't tell if he wasn't interested in that or that he didn't know how to say it or maybe he was going to sneak off, but he sat through it and then at the end said, "That was a really lovely dinner. Let's meet up sometime."
What?
And it was a 3-course set menu.
Stop it.
I've never done that with someone who's forced into some sort of menu subscription, but I've definitely showed up and said, "Not that hungry."
Oh, but why would you go to a restaurant if you're not hungry? Would you not just say, "Let's change the venue"?
Sometimes I promise these things and then I get the day and I'm like, I just don't really want to eat out. Like, I don't like oil.
Well, it's just like now when we all got Nando's and you were like, I don't want it. I'll have a Diet Coke.
Clarification, everyone, I'm very, very, very hungover today. To the point that I'm not going to go into my lavatory issues again
But
on a
if one
podcast.
peri-salted chip hit your stomach,
It would be game over.
I would be locking you in that toilet by choice.
I'd have been locked in myself. So that's the thing about dinner dates.
I've got one. Well,
Yeah.
actually, to be fair, it's not really about dinner, but I guess it could be. This goes into like who pays for what.
Oh.
I was on a date once and the bill came. He asked if we could pay separately, which is absolutely fine with me. But then the total was like, say, like £30 and then 5p. And he asked, deadly serious, how do we split the 5p?
Are you kidding? Oh my God, that's so unchivalrous, people.
That would turn me off.
That would be such a turn off. Because I don't mind, I think splitting the bill's fun.
I don't mind splitting the bill
I always
whatsoever,
split.
yeah.
Or if we're going to another place, like I'll get the first place and they get the second, or they get the first and they get the second. But asking someone to split a 5p with you, oh honey boo.
Desperate.
Don't go on a date you can't afford. That's not cute for nobody.
Yeah.
But also don't take me on a Groupon date.
Actually, okay, bringing on to that, because you know on my Instagram stories I was posting what people had the ick for, and someone was like when they use a coupon on a date.
Okay.
I don't think I would get the ick at that. I don't think I think that's okay.
If someone whipped out a voucher code, I don't think I'd be here for it.
But like say, so on my date the other day when I was ill, we just got a nice Deliveroo in. So we had like 25% off Deliveroo.
Oh, that's fine.
So what's the difference?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like, it's like, I don't mind if you whip your taste card out and we're going to get a bit of a discount. I'd take everyone to one of the venues that I work for because I get 50% off and make it very clear. But I don't know, maybe there's something
about voucher that I just don't like. But I don't think it's make or break. It would maybe just...
There's ways to play it though, I guess, if you didn't know. It's as well if they print like a printed copy of the voucher.
I think I'd have an issue if we went to like someone that's like a chain, like a ZZ's, and they brought out a voucher because, I mean, it's like ZZ's is quite basic, isn't it?
Like a Bella Italia.
I mean, ZZ's nice and Bella Italia,
Yeah.
but I do actually quite like ZZ's, to be fair.
Do you know that ZZ's just launched a frozen range?
Oh,
in
what?
Sainsbury's.
Stop.
Yeah. I think dinner on a first date or no. Do you want to commit to a first date before meeting them with multiple courses? God, no.
Yeah, what if you've not even got to starter and you don't like them? You've got to make it all the way to dessert.
A set menu. Because you've already pre-ordered your dessert and main course and then coffee sometimes.
Oh.
I would always say, though, I would try and do a first date in a public place. Have you ever just gone to someone's house? Not for a hookup, obviously for like a date.
No, I would always do a public place.
It has to be public
especially
place.
if it's like a dating app date.
If you've never met them before and you're entering their home.
Dangerous.
So if you're looking at preparing for a date, what is your go-to outfit? So what would you say is like the rules to go by when you're like picking your outfit for what you're going to wear?
Oh, do you know what? I actually preferred it so much when it was warmer. Because then I think one day I went out recently, I wore my little like white racer vest.
Okay.
Which I wear most of the time. And then black denim shorts and my oversized camel blazer. And my like Veya trainers.
Love that vibe.
Chic. I like that.
Is that, would you say smart or is it smashable?
Smashable.
Love smash.
And then... Okay, on that one, what did I wear? I wore like this really nice black top I have from COS, which has a nice neckline. It's kind of like a square neckline, so it's a bit like sexy.
Oh,
and
cheeky.
Then tucked it into these nice trousers that I have, and then wore trainers. It doesn't sound as nice on the podcast. I did take a photo before, and I did my hair in like a slick
pop that on the
ponytail.
poles.
Yeah, put it on the poles.
Pop that on the poles.
Yeah, I go smashable.
Yeah, I always go smashable, but I always stay on brand.
Yeah.
I don't believe a first date is the time to launch the debut of a new outfit.
No.
No. Safe and sensible, something that you know that you look good in and feel comfortable in.
Yeah, unless it's like for me, I've got a lot of stuff that's similar. So I know if it's a blazer, I don't mind what blazer it is.
Yeah.
Like I could buy a new blazer, it'd be fine because I know how to wear a blazer.
Yeah, I just stick to an old classic.
Yeah.
I always wear black. Shock. And sometimes with a nice coat or a scarf. I think I prefer to date in the autumn and winter.
Do you?
I like a coat and I like a scarf and I like layers.
Oh, I feel like coats sometimes make me just look a bit frumpy.
In the summer, you would expect to see me in a black t-shirt and short shorts that have been rolled up a good few times and the thighs are out.
The thing is, I like to date either, say, springtime or end of summer, autumnal time, not in peak of summer, because I just get so sweaty in London. Oh my God,
the worst. Hot. And when they go in for a hug, someone is like, oh, the back.
No.
The drip.
Not a vibe.
Not for me at all. Do you have a pre-date regimen?
What's that? A glass of wine.
I will always go to the gym, distract myself, put on a good playlist. I've got a pre-date playlist.
Yeah, I've got like a bad bish mood playlist.
I always put a Moisture Bomb face mask on.
Oh.
And I always have to amp myself up so I'm not nervous.
No wonder you want 5 days to prepare.
To buy all of the belongings and really set myself out.
Oh my God.
Because do you get really nervous before a first date?
Yeah, but I just pop some rescue remedy and have some alcohol.
What's rescue remedy?
It's like a herbal thing. It kind of like when you're nervous or have anxiety, put a couple of drops on your tongue and it just zens you out. It's fantastic. You get it in Holland about it. My mum used to give it to me on like first days of school and stuff.
Oh, really?
To calm your nerves, yeah.
Do you remember Calpol? I used to love Calpol. I could honestly drink a bottle of Calpol.
Pretending to be ill just so you could have Calpol.
Oh, do they still sell Calpol?
Yeah. So good. But I don't think I have a pre-date routine.
No.
No, I mean, well, the ones I've been on recently, I mean, I've been working from home and then I've got like an hour to quickly scramble to get ready. So it's kind of just I'll put some makeup on, curl my hair up, put it in a ponytail, whack an outfit on and go. As long as I have some alcohol beforehand.
Okay, I just always bath face mask playlist.
I don't want long time, like loads of time beforehand, because then I'll start overthinking it and get nervous. I just want to bite the bullet and get straight into it.
Because I feel like most of the people we go on dates with these days is from an app, correct?
Yeah.
Would you say? So what is the level of stalking you think is acceptable? Because I do full Nancy Drew.
Oh, I do full Nancy Drew as well.
Okay.
I sit there, they're talking to me on the date, and I'm like, I already know this.
Yes, it's
I
so awkward.
I'm just asking you, but I know everything. I do LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I do Facebook.
But you log out of LinkedIn and then check.
They don't know that I'm doing
that. Oh my God,
yeah.
psycho, no.
And then like I'll research the school. I'll research like the uni. I'll be like, oh, okay, good. I'll research the company. Sometimes I'll research their job title and company and see what salary they're on.
A Glassdoor.
Yeah, a Glassdoor.
I mean, I've done I know what your ex's ex is doing right now. Like,
yeah,
I know
I'll suss out the ex-girlfriend.
I know, they're seeing someone and they live in Surrey. Have a lovely life for them. Now you're definitely single. Happy for you with that one.
Yeah, I go for, not in a creepy way. I don't know. I don't know why I do actually.
I always, rule 1, tagged photos.
Yeah.
You don't look at their profile, you go straight to tagged. That's where you see the truth. You see the real being in all their glory.
Yeah.
But I do think, so I was trying to look up things that you should amp yourself up to before a date, if you got nervous. And it literally said that you need to tell yourself this ritual. No one is perfect, and the worst that will happen is they don't like you. Don't put this on yourself and blame your own insecurities. People will like what they like, and if you're not the flavour for them, then that's fab. Go and find someone who actually likes you.
That's quite true, to be fair.
Cute, innit?
Because I was hyping up my housemate because she was going on a date last night, and it was with someone who isn't usually her type. And I was like, look, the worst thing that happened is you don't really have much chat. And at that point, you just call it quits, or I can ring you with a fake emergency, or you don't like them or they don't like you. And it's a stranger. Why do you care if they like you or not? But do you know what I'm really kind of thankful for at the moment? The 10 p.m. curfew.
Yeah.
Because I did say last night to my housemate, I was like, well, look, you've booked drinks for 8. That's 2 hours.
Maximum.
That's nothing. You've got a time limit on it, so you know you can call it quits.
Yeah. Because maybe I'm just really psycho. Yeah, I am a little hint of psycho. But before I meet people after the first date, I do start to sort of imagine what a relationship could look like with that person. Is that insane?
And it's something I actually really need to work on. It's like you romanticize them.
Yeah.
And you create situations in your head that you'd like to happen, which aren't going to happen. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that Ariana Grande song, In My Head.
Can you sing that one for me, please?
Ooh, ooh, look at you, boy, I created you. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. Gucci tennis shoes running from your issues. Do 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 do. But it's you are all in my head. I think it was all in my head.
Can we keep going that note?
Stunning. But basically, it's about falling in love with someone.
Yeah.
Who you created in your head.
Yeah.
And that the person in real life is not that person, but you just try to romanticize it.
Which I do often, I think.
I know, so I need to will that back in because it just doesn't end well.
Because I don't think I've ever been in love. maybe.
No, I don't think I have.
I don't think I have. Or what people would say love is. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I think I've had like really deep feelings and been caught up and had a feeling of love. You know, you do have aspects of love, like you love your friends, you love your family.
Yeah.
But I've never felt that one where it's like, oh my God, I know I'm in love.
And I think lust is more dangerous than love.
Oh my God, 100%.
Putting them on that pedestal and just lusting after them.
Oh, feelings change once you slept with someone as well. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think that's true.
Yeah.
That's why I think, this is full honesty, a lot of gay men are in open relationships.
Because they love lust.
Yes, but I think the reason I sometimes choose to sleep with people who are in open relationships is to protect my feelings.
Oh,
so
honey.
if I know that they're in a relationship and it's just sex, then you're not going to get interested because you know it can't go there. They've got their like situation at home. I don't think I could be in an open relationship.
Oh, absolutely not.
I understand it for people. Because, you know, people have different sex drives or people have different rhythms.
I want all the attention on me.
Yeah, and I think I'd be like, sorry, I'm at home cooking you what, like chicken fajitas, and you're out getting yourself like boned. I'm sorry, but don't come back here wanting my nachos. Like, fuck that shit.
I totally agree.
So on the first date, so let's say you get there, a first date is a meet and greet. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You're offering the best bits of yourself.
I just chat absolute shit. It's actually embarrassing.
The advice I found out on this website, it was on BuzzFeed. You don't want to hear your idol complain about the problems in their life. And guess what? They don't want to hear about yours either. It's all about finding a positive spin.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not there to hear all the negatives about your life. And I'm a very positive person. So if you're coming to me with negative Nancy's on the first date, then God knows what you'll be like a few months in.
Are there any questions that you think are off limits on a first date?
How much do you earn?
I agree
Not that
with
anyone's asked me that, but I just don't think it should really be asked.
Money should never be talked about.
Yeah.
Politics is a risk.
Politics and Brexit.
Oh, God. Wait, didn't someone say that they went on a date with a white supremacist?
Yes, and I've not listened to this voice note yet, so I'm excited to listen.
Oh, we're so here
It's
for
2 minutes 48.
Love this.
Okay, so my dating horror story was a classic Hinge tale where matched with a guy, thought he was quite nice. He was American. I was like, oh, bit continental. Let's just go for it. He was very keen straight from the off, which I don't want to stereotype. I feel like is an American trait. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's go for a drink. This was like quite a while ago. So I met up with this guy. Let's call him Stephen. Met up with Stephen and got to the bar, and he's like, oh, I'm not a big drinker. And I'm like, right, that's first red flag.
10 points for the accent.
Met up with him. He wasn't quite what he looked like on his profile either. And I was like, you know what? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Why don't we see how this goes? He might have a cracking personality. Spoiler, he didn't. Was chatting for ages, and I swear to God, I felt like I was on Question Time. He asked me my political beliefs, my religious beliefs, my familial beliefs, like...
What is this, the chase?
Would I have an abortion? Am I pro-life? Am I pro-choice? Am I feminist? Am I this? I was like, Jesus Christ almighty, would I ever adopt? Like, what's my stance on immigration? Honestly, I felt like I was in a presidential debate of which I would have suffered because I was way out of my league. I was like, I don't know where I am. I don't know what to do. I just wanted to have a drink and get to know somebody. I don't know what's going on. Also, all of our beliefs were completely opposite. I was like, yes, I'm pro-choice. Yes, I'm a feminist. I believe in XYZ. And he was like, oh, that's really interesting. Every 5 minutes he'd say, oh, that's really interesting, which is his sort of way of being like, I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was pro-Trump as well. I was like, oh, Jesus, I can't handle this. I was so thirsty from talking so much that my mouth was like clacking, you know, and you're like... because your mouth is so dry. So I went to the toilet and I came back and he'd got himself a drink and not me one. Bearing in mind I bought him a drink at the start because I'm a nice person. And then as we left, he gave me a hug goodbye. I was like, oh, it's such a fun night. And I was like, thank you, I didn't. And then left. And then he sent me a text later that night saying it was lovely to meet me and that he would pray for me. And,
what?
Pray for my soul. So yeah, all in all, it was an experience. I think the worst thing about it was that he did not buy me one beverage the whole night. But you know, at least I've been blessed by God, and blessed by dear Stephen. So that is my Hinge nightmare.
Oh my God. Oh, God.
That is
the religious
just...
beans.
Why would you ask someone, are you pro-life? I don't know.
Thing is, that's something I wouldn't be able to scrape on. If I understand pro-life, but pro-life, you should also be pro-life to the woman's body. If someone, you don't know the terms and conditions of someone's pregnancy.
Yeah, that would be an absolute nightmare day for me. I think the thing that shocked me the most is the fact he bought a drink for himself.
Gosh, that's a bad sign.
That is so terrible.
Sure, my sister actually sent me this message, which jumped straight off this. The only ever Tinder date I went on, he was really forward all evening, kept talking about how he'd been to so many countries and speaks so many languages. Basically, we have a Tommy Topper in our midst. If you've been to Tenerife, he's been to 11 Reef and speaks and been with so many girls. Yet he lived in Newcastle. And then I made my sister come and pick me up. Like, nah, he's really weird. 2 weeks later, he posted on his Instagram a happy 2-year anniversary post to his girlfriend, who had never made an appearance before then online. But also, my friend worked there, and she told me that he bought me singles all night and bought himself doubles.
Stop it! Oh my God!
Could you imagine?
Oh my God, that is
Could you truly imagine? So on this article, it also said you have to make sure it's a two-way convo. Have you ever been with someone who's just given you that monologue?
No. I'm quite a chatty person.
Good.
So I'll cut them off.
Because the amount of times I have sat across from people who are literally just spieling, just giving me their monologue,
my God,
giving me their
horrendous.
life story. I'm like, get me my red book. I'm Trevor McDonald. Show me what your life's about. I also always have a friend on Find My Friends and tell them where I'm going.
Oh,
I think that's so
always.
important.
I mean, well, as girls, I've got the housemates on Find My Friends anyway, just because, being a girl, you just have to have that on 24/7. But yeah, I always say where I'm going.
And have you heard of Ask for Angela?
Yeah. Where was that? I was somewhere they had a poster on the back of the door.
Because I love the fact that if you feel uncomfortable in any situation, if you go to the bar and say, ask for Angela, then they look out for you, or do they ring the police?
They can take you to a safe place. I think it was...
Is it the manager's office?
No, they'll have a special safe place to get you out of the restaurant or bar. That was it. And I went to Cambridge one time, and the waiter said to us, have you ever heard of it? And we were like, yeah, we have. And I was like, has it ever happened to you? And he was like, yeah, there was this one girl, she was on a dodgy date. She came over, and so the guy had gone to the toilet, so they snuck her off into the kitchen and then had a taxi waiting for her at the back of the kitchen door to get her out.
Oh, yeah. Wow. See, that's a very important thing to know.
Yeah.
100%. This is something I do actually need advice on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you this. I wrote this down because it said, learn to flirt. I can't flirt. I truly cannot flirt. If I'm not sucking a straw, I can't flirt.
Oh my God, I think I went on date, I ordered gin tonic and I tried to do the straw thing. I think I just looked a bit weird.
How far down the straw did you take?
Not very far. I was just kind of sipping, just like...
It's supposedly the suction movement.
Oh, good God. I'm not a very good flirter.
I'm not. Because I feel like I'm the king of friend zone. I friend zone everyone. It's like, welcome to my gang. I'm like fucking Greatest Showman, and they all just wander in to join the circus.
I don't know if I'm that. Maybe I can be a little bit. I'm not too sure.
It's so hard. Like, I'm never going to be the bold person who's going to jump in to kiss someone.
So I'm not very good at, I think, verbally flirting. But say, for example, when I went on this date, we were sat opposite each other having drinks. And I think it's quite hard to be flirty then. I like a bit of touchy-feely, affectionate stuff. So when you're like bang opposite someone, it's a bit like job interview.
Yeah.
So when they came back to mine, we had a bottle of wine on the sofa, and you're cuddled up on the sofa. Then you can put your arm around them.
How do you get them back to yours?
So if we go for a drink and have a bottle of wine, and then you get chucked out, it's 10 p.m. curfew, but I've got a bottle of wine in the fridge if you want to finish that at mine.
Okay. See, my fear is they would then say no. I bet,
well, then you know that's it, it's done.
I'll go home and drink it by myself then. Because where do you start when you're like in the restaurant? Do you start with like the thigh or the arm or the hand?
Hand.
Mm-hmm. Small and little movements are the way forward.
Yeah, so like they put your hand on so from a guy, when a guy puts his hand on like a girl's like thigh, oh my God.
The shivers are up me timbers.
Yeah, and if they just have like light finger touch going up and down the thighs, if they're just like kind of playing with, oh my God, it's so good. The best one is when they're driving, they have one hand on the steering wheel, other hand on your thigh. Oh my God.
She's ready to go. She's got the tings. Because then, I was looking at this BuzzFeed article, and it was talking about body language.
Yeah.
And it said, women show their desirability by tilting their head to expose their neck, a prime erogenous zone. Men stand up straight, square their shoulders, plant their feet slightly more than shoulder width apart, and display their hands.
So I think girls maybe like tilt their head, but they play with their hair. We play with our hair when we're feeling a bit flirty.
And it says, as you get better at reading and responding to body language, you'll notice people finding you more charismatic and responding to you better. Fake it till you make it.
I know this. You can tell someone's body language if they're like blocking you out or not. So you know if you like sat on a chair and you cross your legs. So say if you put your right leg over your left leg, and if they're sat to your right leg is blocking them out from you. This leg is like you're closing them off. Whereas, say if you had your left leg over, you're blocking out what is to your left of you, and you want your right hand side to be with them and open to them.
Interesting. I need to take that on board. I always cross my legs like that.
Yeah.
Because I always prefer one thigh to the other.
Yeah.
I think the right thigh is nicer than the left.
It'll tell whether you like them or not.
Oh, interesting. From the first date, do you text them first or do they text you? Because I always do the text me when you get home.
Yeah, I say text me when you get home, but I don't know. I don't think I wait for them to text me, I think.
So how long do you think that you would expect you should wait for a response?
Honestly, I'm not fussy.
Really?
Yeah, do you know what it is? I've had it where I've like slept with someone and we've been getting on really well, whatever, and then they don't text me until, say, late evening. It stresses me out. I'm a bit like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I think... Yeah, I'm not a fan of leaving it long. I prefer to just literally message me when you get home. Like,
agreed.
Yeah. What are you waiting for?
I think you've got 24 to 48 hours for me to respond. It's like DPD, next fast track delivery. If you're not going to get back to me after the date within 48 hours, it's a bit... I just don't sense it for you.
Not a vibe.
Don't feel like you're going to be getting these bits and pieces anytime soon.
But then I've got a story of a guy who was an absolute kino.
Ooh.
So this is one that someone sent me on Instagram. It's not her story, it's her friend. But it cracked me right up when I read it.
Love this.
My friend went on a Hinge date with a guy. Thought it was all right, nothing special. But she would see him again. The next day, he told her that he'd booked them an Airbnb for a weekend away. On text, she politely declined, saying it was a bit much and she'd be happy to go for drinks. Fair enough. When they went for drinks, he was saying that he was so glad that he's got a girlfriend and he was asking her to move in with him.
What?
On the second date.
What?
She told him that this was their second date and not to think so far in the future, and then blocked him when she got home.
That's painful. Oh my God.
I mean, I would do the exact same, block, but what?
Oh my God, an Airbnb for the weekend and moving in.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Imagine on second date calling her your girlfriend.
First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes a baby in a carriage.
Oh God, imagine date number 3.
Crikey, rings at dawn. Oh wait, can we just quickly say, we've made love happen?
My God,
Or not love, but maybe love?
There's a gal code relationship.
We've got a gal code official relationship.
Yeah.
On the cards. We might not be able to get our love lives in check just yet, but we can make dreams come true for the rest of you.
I am living for this. When we got this message, I was so chuffed with us. Let me find it.
Full Cilla Black. Surprise, surprise.
Oh my God. So, basically, until listening to the early episodes of your podcast, can't remember exactly which one, I'd never heard of Hinge. After listening, I thought I'd have a look at what it was about. Long story short, I've now been dating someone for just over a month who I met on Hinge, and it wouldn't have happened without the podcast.
Oh, I love that for us.
Love that
love
for
that.
us.
If anyone else wants any dating advice, we can help.
And we can try and help. I do recommend Hinge. I think Hinge is the best app.
I think it's got the highest caliber of people for the most realistic and relationship options.
100%.
So I put in my family chat any date stories that are notable. Mm-hmm. So when I arrived, he was nowhere near as fit as he was in his pictures. We met on Tinder. I got absolutely smashed to the point of obliteration, and we went to a casino, but I got kicked out because I was too drunk.
Oh my God.
He was still interested. Rachel, so my other sister, then came and picked me up. Oh, I was there! And all down the way home, I was sick over myself. We then paused the call in McDonald's, and I was sick outside in the car park for an hour.
Ew.
I remember that, bless her
Is
heart.
that Silverlink McDonald's?
Yeah, it was Silverlink.
Oh, no.
And then he wants to see her again. And then on my sister's boyfriend's first date with his ex-girlfriend, he went to Nando's. Hadn't been before, but ordered the hot to outdo the spice of his friend.
Oh, my God.
Finished the food, then ran to the toilet, had the poos.
Oh, no.
Then blocked the toilet and couldn't find anything to help the situation, so just left the restaurant with it all situated in the bathroom.
God.
Traumatic. That is very traumatic.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to see what other ones people sent in.
I've once been at a boy's house
Mm-hmm.
and I've done a poo in the toilet and it hasn't flushed properly. But the shower, like the bath shower's right next to the toilet. So I got the shower head and like put it in the, like not in the toilet, but like pointed it in the direction of the toilet to try to flush the poo down with the shower head.
That's about 5 seconds from making a fist and just making a wave to try and get that shit going.
But it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
Guys, a little tip for everyone, shower heads.
I mean, the thing is, the bathroom was right next to his bedroom, so he must have been thinking, what the actual fuck is going on in
And
there?
you have to be careful how many flushes, because then they know.
Yeah.
If it flushes more than twice, they're going to be aware.
Oh,
Even more than
stressful
once.
times.
It was very stressful. A friend of mine sent me, he went to a guy's house for dinner and turns out he'd hooked up with the guy's roommate and then ghosted him and then had to sit and have dinner with both of them for the entire evening.
Stop.
And then went home and ghosted them, but now they play on the same rugby team.
Oh, lovely.
Painful. How things come around. Lovely for you.
I do say, I feel like we're being a bit focused on the neggy dates.
Yeah, we've got
And
any positive
I got
date stories?
a good date story through. And it makes me really smile because this actually, I think, is just so romantic in my eyes.
Oh, I'm such a romantic at heart. I'm like a walking rom-com.
I feel like you'll love this. Okay,
Okay.
maybe not actually because it involves Winter Wonderland, which you don't like, but I think it's one of my favourite things about Christmas, and I'm sad it's not happening.
It's not my favourite thing about Christmas, but yeah.
So, she said she had, this was years ago. We went to Winter Wonderland and he won me a bear. That is like goals
that's
for one.
goals.
I want to go to Winter Wonderland on a date and someone win me a bear.
I'll buy you
Please.
a bear.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
So we went out to dinner and then went for a stroll down Embankment. Imagine Embankment
Oh, yeah, at
when it's
Christmas
dark
time.
and there's all the Christmas decks and there's the nice lights.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how pretty. And then we had a trip up the London Eye at night. And then we had our first kiss up in the air on the London Eye.
That's very cute.
That, I think, is like, that is just so sweet.
Okay, that is very cute. See, when was your first ever kiss, like, outside with someone, like, romantical? Because mine was kind of like that. Mine was in Oxford with all the Christmas lights up by the canal, and we, like, turned, and then I kissed him, and that was my first kiss. What was yours?
Mine was with my first ever boyfriend. And, you know, Whitley Bay Lighthouse?
Yeah.
How, like, if you say you don't go down to the lighthouse, you kind of walk along the top and then you
Yeah.
go down to, there's, like, rocks and stuff. And we were sat on the rocks and then we had our first kiss there.
Oh, so cute.
It was actually quite
So
cute.
I love a little cute story. I classed my first kiss with a boy as my first kiss because getting with the girl at Whitley Bay Leisure Pool is not the vibe that I need to remind myself of in my life.
No, actually, you know the girl who just sent the nice date story in? She's just sent a bad date story.
Oh, okay.
And this cracked me up. So her boyfriend, so the guy she's with now, he once went on a date with a girl and they went to dinner and like as they both walked into the restaurant, she spanked his bum and was like, oh yeah, I love a good bum. As he was walking in, he excused
no.
himself to go to the toilet and then just left the date.
Oh my God. No, that's awful.
I feel like we've done a bit of like an all over aspects of dating. We've
I think
done
so.
the night. Do you know what we need to end on? What is your perfect date?
Oh, okay.
What is yours?
Perfect first date.
Perfect first date, yeah.
In a dream world where money doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Pick me up in a nice car. Go for some nice drinks somewhere. Nothing too fancy, just somewhere you can get to know someone. Then go to the theatre. I like a show.
Oh, you do,
We can talk in the
yeah.
interval. If they buy snacks, it's game over. We don't eat in this theatre. We're not in a cinema. Then afterwards, maybe a nice drink. Because also I think what's good about doing something like that is you definitely have a subject to talk about. And
Yeah.
get their opinion on the thing. And then maybe it leads on to a dinner or another drink. And then a kiss goodnight and go home. How about you?
Oh, I feel like for first date, honestly, maybe it's because I haven't been on that many dates, but I'm quite happy with just a bottle of wine. Maybe somewhere with nice views, sharing a bottle of wine in a situation where you're not sat opposite each other like an interview, you're sat next to each other, and maybe just like nice music playing.
Like live music?
No, maybe not actually. I just don't, something that's just like a vibe that, not when you go to a pub and it's just like random shit.
What, like outside my window?
Yeah, like what you have outside your window last week. Absolutely not.
Not for you.
But then I feel like my perfect day, I feel like now we're going into Christmas time. Do you know what I really want?
What?
I really want to go ice skating at the National History Museum and then just have like a romantic kiss on the ice in front of the Christmas
That's
tree.
adorable.
And then we go have hot chocolate and then walk along somewhere with nice Christmas lights.
Oh, heavenly.
I was going to say, like, somewhere with, like, Christmas market vibes, but that's obviously not happening this year. So we'll just get festive with, like, the lights that the local council put up on the street lights.
Well,
imagine social distance ice skating. I'm kind of here for that.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, fingers crossed. I'm hopeful that I will live my ice skating date dream.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with our Gal Code rules for the week.
Whoop whoop.
Boop.
Loving what you hear? I mean, obviously, head straight over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a little rating and review. I mean, if you're extra special, we'll put your review on a tile on our Instagram grid at the Gal Code Podcast. Thanks!
And we are back with our Gal Code rules for the week.
Have we got a bitchy one from you?
Mine's not bitchy.
Oh.
I've said this statement on the podcast before, but
Yeah.
I really feel it's important for everyone to jump on. My one this week is, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. So I do feel like in life, you know, when you've had something really good happen to you and you've got a good experience, sometimes a story needs a 10% uplift just to take it to that next level. And I find when I tell a story, the first time I tell it, I get the reaction. The second time, sometimes I do over-exaggerate. By the fifth time, it's a completely made-up experience.
Did you really shit yourself on the South Bank?
Oh, that happened. I was about to say that dribbled. That happened. But I just think, you know, if it's going to bring the lols, have a bit of banter, then you own it and you rise that story to the occasion and deliver it with class, sass. Doesn't
Love
make
that.
sense, but fabulous.
So Rob is basically saying it's taken him 15 episodes of the Gal Code to finally actually not sugarcoating his pit and peaks of the week.
Yeah.
So now from now on, we're going to have truth.
All my pit and peaks have been honest.
But you like a little bit of
But I think sometimes if you've got to add a little bit of a 10%, it's like, you know, when something happens and you're like, oh, they were 10 minutes late. It's so much better to be like, oh, they were like 45 minutes late. Like, oh, they were so late. Like, just that little bit, it just adds to the story. I'm here for it. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
You are so funny. Okay, so mine is you do you, boo.
Okay.
And basically, it's all about setting boundaries and looking after yourself and putting yourself first. You know, you get one life. I kind of think being selfish is sometimes a little bit of a good thing. And this is like in terms of, you know, even on social media. I think I've muted a few people this week. You know, people that there's people who just overpost, or I know their posts are bullshit and they're far from reality. And then I find myself getting angry when their story pops up and I'm like, oh, have you seen what this person's doing? Oh, well, bullshit. Mute them, honey.
Yeah.
Just mute them. And because you own your social media channels, you control what you see. If it's bringing out a bad side in you, get rid, unfollow or mute. But I'm also here for actually a bit of Sunday self-care, Monday me time, scheduling days within the week to look after you. I've started doing it and it's made the world of difference.
So, you do you, boo.
You do you, boo.
Do you know what I feel like? It's been a while since we've had a Gal Code rule competition.
Oh, can we bring one back?
And I just feel like I like a little bit of a competition.
Same, I get a bit competitive.
Me too, really competitive.
Especially when I kept losing. It was absolutely horrendous.
I think we've had quite equal amounts, you know.
There was one bit when I think there was like 3 or 4 weeks in a row where you always had the rule.
And then I think the same was with you, though, because I had to fight back with a sassy one at some point.
Yeah, you did, actually. Oh.
So we'll pop it on the polls, we'll get the opinions, and then next week we'll confirm which one is.
Love it.
Okay, perfect.
You do you, boo. Go vote for me.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story,
Guys,
everyone.
I was so poorly last week that I really think that you should just vote for me out of sympathy.
And guys, you tune in for the banter if you want to continue. That's a rule to live by. We'll be right back. So that was our perfect date episode.
I enjoyed that. I feel like I had more to contribute in this dating episode because I've been on more dates.
Yeah, and it's more specific. It's about getting ready for the first date. The first dating episode was like a whole hog of situations.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode.
Ooh. And God knows what absolute government shit shows we'll have to talk about next week. Will we be in lockdown again? Will the pubs be open?
Who knows? Halloween's cancelled.
Oh, stop. I'm still so gutted about the Halloween party.
Everyone, just put your trees up and get ready. It's Christmas time. That's where I'm at in my life.
Do you know what? A TikTok appeared on my TikTok feed yesterday and it was Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and there's already TikTok dances being created for Christmas songs. I cannot wait.
Do you know what? If that happens in October, I will learn it, record it with you, and we'll post it on the Galco story. I make that promise to you. If we can find a successful Mariah Carey dance within the October weeks, we can record it.
Okay, so I feel like you need to spend some time on TikTok learning dances because there's a lot of moves that are in a lot of dances. So you need to know how to woe.
I was born for this.
Okay, so if you
12 years of stage school.
And you woe.
Let me try. Up and then you woe.
That was interesting. It was a bit like a wiggly worm.
I could do the worm.
Yeah, stunning. That's not really a TikTok thing.
I can do the blinding lights one, I think.
Can you dice? Can you do the Noah Beck dice?
This. I can do this one.
Okay, so we could do the weekend blinding lights. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so blinding lights is lovely. Can you do Savage?
What's that one?
I'm a savage. Woo.
I'm a savage. What?
That was interesting. Okay, so join us up until Christmas, where I'm going to be teaching Rob TikTok dances. Wish me luck, because from what I've just witnessed, this is going to be a ride.
I have natural rhythm. My mum spent lots of money on me going to stage school. I was born and made for this. And Rishi Sunak told me on the website I should perform in a career like this. Thanks, Rishi. We're ready to go.
And on that note, see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.